Here. There you go. All right, there he is. Let me see if I can get his audio right. Let's get his audio back plugged in.
Boy,
there you go.
I can't hear you if you're talking to me.
Well, the whole world can hear you now.
I can't hear you if you're talking to me. Oh, I do like that side slide camera view.
Ah, appreciate you, brother. You can't hear me? I got you. You should be in there.
I can't hear anything if you're talking to me, bro. Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, man. Not right before the show.
You went out there touching buttons.
Can you hear me? Yes or no? There we go. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Fuck. It's not happening again. This is not happening again. I can't hear you.
Man, we're going to be live in 10 seconds.
Okay.
What happened?
I can't hear you, bro.
Oh, man. Here we go. It's live.
There we go. I can hear you.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It is Wednesday, another show, and we're here to talk tech news. My name is Tallboy, and I came to simplify it in a language that you understand. And I brought a guest with me today. That's right, I brought a guest with me, and he is a tech enthusiast. Radio is really his background, but I think tech is where he's about to transition into over the next 5 to 10 years, because he's really doing some things in virtual. He's doing some things in just tech-wise, just overall. He's a tech enthusiast. It's my guy, Hurricane Dave. How you doing, brother? You doing all right today?
Man, I am blessed, and let me just say thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
Man, that's what's up, man. Got a couple rules to the show, so please, everybody, before we start having this conversation, Dave, I just want to break things down. Please share the show. That's it. Just share the show. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing, all right? The articles are in the description of the body of the video. And then also, don't forget to bring your adult beverage. Dave, I hope you got you some brown, some white, some juice, some water, something. I hope you got, oh, there you go. Oh, look at him stunting. That's what I'm talking, hey, look, that's what I'm talking about. So that's pretty much it. We got 3 simple rules. Share the show. Articles are in the description so you can follow along. And then also, make sure you have your adult beverage. This is a laid-back show. We just try to simplify it. We want to break it down and let people know what's going on. And then, we just want people to have fun with it. That's pretty much it, okay? Dave, how you been doing, man? It's been a minute since we last had a chance to be on live. For the ones who do not know, if you want to give a brief introduction of who you are and what you do, feel free.
Sure.
The floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you so much. My name is Dave Smith, also known as Hurricane Dave in the radio business. I spent at least 30 plus years in the radio business all across the country, from Texas to California to up north as far as Buffalo, New York. And of course, I'm based here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I absolutely love me some ATL. I love it here. So my background is broadcasting, but I love tech, as my man Tallboy just said. And I'm just here to learn and explore and enjoy life, man. So I'm happy to be alive with all this technology that is coming out. That's why I love your show.
Man, I'm humbled that you would even say that. It's been a grind. It's been a grind. But with anything that you build, it starts with a grind. And if it came overnight, then it's probably not meant to have. So we've gone through the bumps and the bruises, and we're slowly getting little lumps every now and then. But for the most part, we're here. And the good
Yes.
thing is we're building a community where we have people that are actually out here willing and wanting to learn each and every Wednesday, and that's what it's all about.
Amen.
All right, man, let's go ahead and jump into the show. We have a stash stock party. So, for the ones who do not know what stash stock is, this is your opportunity to invest. It costs you nothing. You get a piece of incremental stock, and tonight's stash stock product offering is DoorDash. All right.
Hey.
DoorDash. All right. So you have 1 hour to log in and get your stash stock. And for the ones who are not familiar, you just go ahead, go to stash.com/party and then create you an account. And then every Wednesday, you get 1 hour at 8 o'clock to 9 to get that week's product offering, and you don't own the whole stock, but you get a piece of stock. All right, and then if you want to get $20 to go to it when you're ready to start investing, it's absolutely free if you use my code, and that's pretty much it. So $20 if you use my code. If you don't want to use mine, no big deal. All right. And that's just what it is. So you have till 9 o'clock to make that happen. And let's see, where are we at, Dave? I got a segment here where we try to expand our
Okay.
vocabulary. Dave, do you have any big
All
words
right.
that you've been using throughout the week?
It's funny. As the president of my local Toastmasters club, we actually do a word every week, but I'm drawing a blank right now because you caught me off guard. I could make up something and then, Google something real quick, but no, I'm willing to learn. I might use your word tonight in a future Toastmasters meeting.
All right, well, here we go. Well, check this out. He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn. Revis, what's going on, man? Where you at?
Hey, what's going on? I'm still hanging around family up in Michigan, man.
All right. So last week you told us what was the word last week?
Last week the word was
Oh,
something.
oh my God, he forgot the word. I forgot, and he forgot. That's all right. We remember fustigate, but we don't remember your word last week. Okay, it was something about being pleasantly unhappy, and then it was something else. But today's word is hummock. All right, so today's word is hummock, and I'm gonna give the audience the definition. And do you mind giving us a sentence and breaking it down? It means a small round hill or mound. And then I'll say it in their definition or their sentence, and then I'm gonna let you take it away, Revis. All right. He stood
All
in
right.
awe, admiring the thick forest, and beyond that, the grassy hummocks he had traversed to reach the top of the mountain. Revis, I don't understand what nothing they just said. Break that down for us in truck driver terms, man.
Listen here. I'm gonna break it down in truck driver term, but y'all got to listen and understand the word. The word is hummock. Hummock means a little hill, a little mound. And a lot of time, and you and Dave now, you and Hurricane Dave are right there in Atlanta, where the traffic could become a hummock for real.
Okay.
I'm just saying it could become a hummock for real because you got all these little hills and you got these little mounds that end up being big hills and mounds.
Okay.
So the traffic in Atlanta is a hummock.
Okay. The
So,
traffic
and
is
sometimes when you sit down in that chair and you have them headphones and you can't get them to synchronize, that right there is a hummock too.
See how you gonna do me, man? See how you gonna do me? All right, the word of the day is hummock, and last week's word was bilious. Thank you, hit the spot 1006 for telling us because I did not remember. I had just drawn a blank. So Bilious and Hummock. Man, I appreciate you, Revis. Like I said, we're gonna find a way to use it in the show tonight, and we're gonna go from there. All right. Anything else you want to add in?
Hey, I'm just glad we got all the support from the people. Y'all keep on coming. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That's all I got to say.
Well, there it is, man. We look forward to seeing you next week. You go ahead and keep resting on that foot since you 9 toes down. All right.
All right.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
All right, later.
All right, Dave. We got Hummock.
That's a good word. That's a real good word. I mean, I like the way he described it, and the philosophy behind it. And sometimes in life, we think we make big mountains of things with problems. Like we had challenges on my end tonight with my Rodecaster Pro that I love, that I was jamming to right up until showtime. Then we had a small hummock, a small issue.
Yeah,
and I had to not use it tonight.
A mound of problems.
It's not
right?
grassy though.
Right.
Yes. A small mound. A small mound. I almost tripped over that hummock.
Oh man, what they say? Okay, all right. So we got Awesome Wood Things is in the building. Sister Queen is in the building. What's going on? Hopefully you're feeling better, Sister Queen. You said you weren't feeling well earlier today. Just checking in on you, making sure you're feeling well. Hit the Spot 1006 has already given us the word of the day. Welcome. And then also Lisa Maria, she's in from New York. So Lisa Maria, I'm so proud of you. We got to get back into the headset. We got to get back into the Oculus and go bowling again. Maybe Dave might want to jump in one day and do some bowling as well, because he's definitely a metaverse guy as well. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that on your show. Was that 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? It was pretty recent.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that.
Yeah,
cool.
So we out here trying to make some big things happen. So like I said, I just came back from the Metaverse Summit, and there's some things there, and I just think if you get an opportunity, take this time for the holiday season, if it falls in your budget, to see about investing into a headset. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Just once you put it on, you'll understand what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to explain. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and tap into the show because we got a lot to unpack. Plus, you want to share something with us, right?
Yes, I do. I actually want to share something I think that we'll test tonight with some of your audience. We'll do it live.
Okay. What they say? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I already told you that DoorDash was our stash stock party of the day. And Dave, I don't know if you heard about this, but DoorDash says they're now going to let couriers drop and block rude customers without penalty. What are your thoughts on that? Put in the comments, do you think they have the right to do that? But we're going to dive into this article, and you let us know what you think, all right? So it's saying right here that DoorDash has expanded. Let's see, there we go. DoorDash has expanded its safety toolkit, rolling out a new feature or a couple of new features that will automatically check in with delivery workers and provide easier ways to report incidents that could impact the safety of both its customers and employees. So DoorDash is saying, let's just get ahead of the curve, right? The first line of defense, the company says they introduced something called Safe Chat, which is an automated message monitoring system that detects any offensive or abusive language used within the app's chat function and issues a warning to whoever sent the message. It doesn't matter if you're a customer or an employee. If you get funky with me, and I'm a DoorDash driver, you might not be getting any service moving forward, or vice versa. Okay. It says once detected, DoorDash is going to automatically give recipients the option to report the message, and couriers will be able to unassign themselves from the delivery without risk of penalty. What are your thoughts on that? Is that a good situation? Not? What you think, Dave?
I think it's a great situation. When people are doing DoorDash, Some people are doing that for extra money, and I know some people that are related to me, some of my in-laws, that that's how they make their income. And so the last thing they should have to deal with is somebody being rude and obnoxious. I mean, it's really not necessary. So I do love that, and I think that's going to be great for the drivers. And it's also going to be good for the customers too, because sometimes you can get a little PO because your stuff is taking a little while longer to get to you, and you might shoot off something. Well, you don't know how that person's day is on the other end that's getting your stuff. Maybe they're getting you a burger or something like that. You don't want them opening your burger and doing something nasty to your burger or your bun. Hopefully they would never do that. But there's a lot of strange things that happen in this world. The other thing, Tall Boy, that I really liked was their thing called the Sand Disk, which is not available, I don't believe, yet in the United States. I think it's in some other areas, but it is going to roll out. And this particular feature will monitor areas where that DoorDash person is making the delivery. And if there's an active shooter or something going on with a lot of traffic or some violence, then that DoorDash driver will be notified as well. So I think they got some really cool things that they're on the right path with. There's some other stuff in there too, I'm sure you might want to talk about.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get back into it. It says the app will also issue a porch light reminders and ask customers to switch on any available outdoor lighting to help delivery workers safely find the correct address at night. Because, some streets just don't have proper lighting and they out there trying to find your order. And that would probably save some time if you just flicked on the light. And then they're also saying Safe Chat improves safety reporting and porch light notification features. They're already available in the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. All right. So, and then they're also saying, while the food delivery service first Safe Dash, am I saying this right? No, they introduced an in-app safety toolkit, Safe Dash, last year, which provides its employees with a button to contact an ADT agent if they feel unsafe. But now they're going to expand that to include Safe Dash check-in. And this is an automated system that will ping delivery workers if it detects a delivery is taking longer than expected. So this is great for females that are out there doing the deliveries, and something may take a little bit longer than expected because you just never know in today's climate. All right. And then the way that process works, and I'm gonna bring this article down just a little bit more so we can all see it. They said if enabled, a message will appear on the employee's device to prompt them for a safety update. And if they don't respond within 2 minutes, a delivery worker will be contacted by an ADT agent who can then now provide assistance or call 911. And they're going to launch that in New York City and also in DC. And then they're going to eventually roll it out across the United States. All right. So that's something, what they're rolling out. And then they're also saying for larger incidents, DoorDash has partnered with Samdesk, a global crisis detection platform, to roll out real-time safety alerts to notify DoorDash merchants, employees, and customers of local emergencies. And that's what Dave was just talking about right there. All right. So what are your thoughts? Is this good in the comments? Is it not? I think it's just protecting all parties and is allowing everyone to feel safe, if that makes sense.
I think it totally makes sense. Again, it's about the safety of the people that are working and also the safety of the people that are going to get their stuff. There was an interesting comment in there too, where they said, if you're a DoorDash worker in New York City, nothing against the NYC, I love it up top, but they said, if you call 911 and you're doing a DoorDash delivery, you can just forget about it because it's not a priority. Obviously, in a big city like that, they're taking care of high priority issues. And somebody not getting their order or somebody having an issue with their order once it arrives, as long as it's not life threatening, they ain't checking for that. So now you can get that monitored in the system, and there is at least an official record, because if the police aren't going to come out, there's no record. So now you have a record. Okay, this person at 597 New York Street, whatever, that person might be a problem, and that's at least in their system. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Why are you smiling, man?
No, I'm just saying you calling 911 because your food didn't get here on time. I mean, there's a better way to handle that. Like, call customer
Yeah.
service, maybe. I'm just saying, just maybe call customer
Yeah.
service and say, hey, what's going on? So that way they can contact your delivery driver and say, hey, you never know. It could be an accident. I mean, it could be the order wasn't ready at the restaurant, but for you to call 911, I think that's a little petty. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Depends on how hungry you are, right?
Well, yeah, but if that's the case, you need to get your tail in the car and go get your own food
Amen.
if you that
I
hungry.
totally agree.
But all right, so what do
I
you guys
totally
think in the
agree.
comments of this new procedure of what they're doing? Is it safe? Is it good? Is this something that if you were out there working, do you feel like the company is actually taking good care of you? Do you feel as if this is a feature that all companies should roll out with? Put it in the comments. Let us know. And if you're watching the replay, post a comment. Let us know. All right. Let me see. Reeves Brown says, let me see if I get that comment. See if I get that comment on the screen. Reeves says, there we go. He says, I've never used DoorDash. I know people that deliver for them, and I think it's a great safety feature for everyone. All right. And then I love what Lisa Maria is saying over here. She's saying, we have those Karens out there doing that. So, it's like, oh, okay. So, I mean, it's always one in the group, right? It's always one in
Always.
the, it's always one
Always.
in the, like somebody is never going to be happy. And all we're just saying is, don't worry, be happy. All right. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the other article, and our next article for the evening is now I'm a big fan of LG. I'm a major fan of LG, and what I mean by that is, um, I was a little hurt when they let go of their phone service, or they discontinued their phone lines. And I said, why are
Hmm.
they doing this? This doesn't make sense. Well, this is not, y'all need to get with the program. And, there's not enough good phones out there. And how do we make this happen? And I can't be mad because they're out here trying to make some things happen. So I definitely appreciate it. So this is what they're doing. LG displays a stretchable prototype display could attach to skin, clothing, and furniture. So you see how that thing is this I don't know, it's kind of squiggly or whatever you want to call it. Well,
Flexible.
yeah, yeah, flexible. There you go. Flexible. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right, so this is what it says. LG has created a new display that can fold, twist, and stretch from 12 to 14 inches. All right, so last Thursday, they made this press release and said the stretchable display has a resolution of 100 ppi and is capable of displaying full color RGB. The prototype was created using micro LEDs with sub 40, I don't know what that says, but pixel pitch that were built into a silicone substrate typically used in contact lenses. So basically, whatever this technology is, they use it for contact lenses, all right? And basically, LG is saying it's gonna give a consistency similar to that of a rubber band. So you can stretch it like a rubber band, and it allows it to be stretched in any direction for up to 20%. All right. So now, how does that work? If that makes any sense. As you can see, this is what it looks like right there. They're also saying other styles of flexible display technology have been commercially available for some time, such as LG's own rollable OLED TV or the LG G Flex phone. And foldable devices are often utilized as a malleable screen. So though its new stretchable display technology is more flexible while providing better durability, but basically it's capable of comfortably withstanding heavy external impacts. So the thing is, you could put this on your furniture, you could put this on your clothes, you can put this on your arm or your back, and if you want to promote something, and if I'm getting this right, and I may be wrong, Dave, let me know. From what I'm getting out of this article, you can do pretty much whatever you want with this new display that they're having, and it's going to be quite costly when it first comes out. But
Hmm.
just imagine you're saying, I want to promote something. I want to watch TV on the go because I'm pretty sure it's got to be battery operated, not plugged in, right? So
Right.
it's the future. When we start thinking about watching The Matrix and we watch movies where they pull out their wrist and then the screen comes up on their arm or the screen comes up on their chest. This is where we're going. It might be a little too far fetched for right now, but this is going to be the thing to do in like 8, 9 years, maybe 10 years from now. This is going to be like everybody's walking around with TVs screens on their clothes and on their body parts, and you just never know. And somebody's going to get paid from a promotional
Hmm.
standpoint to walk around with it at a trade show or at an event, and then now that's going to make want other people to have it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, your thoughts real quick.
Well, it's interesting. When I first read the article, the first thing that I thought that who would benefit from something like this, and you kind of touched on it, and that is those that have anything that they want to display for an advertisement perspective. These mobile signs, like I remember I think it was BET like 4 years ago, and they had individuals walking around with those big LED screens strapped to their front screens to the front and back. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And so that was real interesting. Shout out to my man who was working for Def Jam at the time, and he had one of those on, and he was playing videos on it. So now, if you have something thin like that, that's kind of cool. Or even if you look at any news network, maybe one of the things that they have on the side of the display, which actually some of them are using it now, some sort of digital message where the newscaster is, instead of it being a hard LED screen, it's something that could be wrapped around. I'm trying to think of some of the things. And then this is the last point that I'll make. They said that this is being backed by the government. And I thought that was kind of interesting. The Korean government is backing this. So what's that about, Tallboy?
Well, I mean, you got to think LG is based out of Korea, right? So, I mean,
Mhm.
now the question is, are they going to put chips inside of it to where it tracks, right? That's the one thing that we have to.
There's
With
always somebody watching. You're
the-
watching it, and at the same time, it's watching you.
Well, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, TikTok, if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see what I posted a couple posts prior about, what China is doing with TikTok. As much as we love
Right there.
TikTok, so I
Hmm.
mean, they're allowing their kids to watch a certain amount of content that's educational, but they're allowing us to see all the other stuff, and that's not
Nonsense.
educational. So I mean, if Korea is doing this, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but I am
Yeah.
saying we have to be mindful. So you have to be smart in how does it work for you, and how can you maximize and benefit off of it, whether you are a consumer or if you are you're an owner of a company. Like, how do I win using this technology? So right
Yeah.
now this is just a prototype. It's not to say it will ever see the life of day, but if they're talking about it today, and that means they're putting money behind it, because like you said, the government is
Government money. They're getting
they,
that government cheese.
what?
Oh, hell
Hey,
So
don't hate on the government cheese. I grew up on government cheese. They make the
I
best
think
grilled cheese sandwiches in the
I think
world.
we all grew up on government
Oh yeah.
cheese. So I
Yes.
mean, this is something that I want you guys to pay attention to, because this is how. Remember, I tell you every week tech rolls out on a weekly basis, right? I told you that tech rolls out on a weekly basis, and they put this stuff for us to see. But if you don't see it and you don't go down the timeline or the tech blogs, you're not going to see it. And then next thing you know, they roll it out and we're not knowing anything about it. So this is why
Hmm.
when I say we're trying to build a community here, let folks know what's going on, because this could be beneficial, but then it could also hurt. We just don't know. But
Yeah.
just imagine,
Hmm.
this thing is stretchy. Let me see if I can get it back on the screen. Get it back on the screen, because you can bend it and you can put it on your furniture, you can put it on your clothes, you can do pretty much whatever you want to do with this thing. So I mean, it's available to do whatever you want. They're saying stretchable displays are not only thin and light, but also can be attached to curved surfaces such as skin, clothing, and furniture. And the company hasn't announced any products that will feature the technology, but expect it will eventually be utilized within industries such as wearables, mobility, smart devices, gaming, and fashion. They're also saying this stretchable screen is the first prototype being developed by LG Display as part of a government-led development project. And they're hoping to improve the technology by 2024. Like, it's right here in the fine print.
Yeah.
Like, read that last paragraph. It's right there. So everything that we're saying, they're getting ready to pump some money into this. Now, I'm not telling you not to buy it, because however they put it in there, and we're just kind of hypothetically speaking, that's all we're doing. But we're saying, hey, make it work for you. But I don't want this
Yeah.
to just go over your head, if that makes any sense. And we're going to go figure that out. All right. So
The cool part is when about 2 years, maybe 3 or 4 years from now, if those can remember this show tonight, they'll remember, hey, I heard Tallboy talking about this, and I see it now on the side of vehicles. Those vehicles now are moving billboards with beautiful millions of color display right there on the side of the vehicle.
Period.
Period.
right. Period. All right. So what are your thoughts? Can you see yourself? How can you see yourself? I'm not going to say what are your thoughts. How can you see yourself using this technology? That's what I want to know. How can you see yourself? So let's positively look at this. How can you see yourself using a stretchable display for your personal use or for your business use? That's what I want you to put in the comments. All right. So we're not going to use conspiracy theories. We're going to say, how do you make this work for yourself? And how can you take advantage of it for you to win in whatever year they release the product? That's what I want to know. All right. Dave, we got a situation here, and let's see. It's nothing bad on our end, but I was looking in the comments, and Tanya Blazer, I told you this is a community show, and we like to help people out. All right, so Tanya Blazer says, I need your help. I've never used DoorDash, but this morning I found out my credit card had been hacked with 5 fake charges. Where did it say? I didn't get the rest of it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do, Tanya, is call your bank or your credit card company and cancel the card. That's first and foremost. Or let them know that there's fraud. That's the first thing that I'm going to tell you to do. Then after that, I would probably reach out to DoorDash and say, hey, something has happened. Somewhere you put your card somewhere, not sure, and somebody may have potentially got a hold of your card. So the first thing you need to do is you need to let the credit card company know something's not right, it's not my charges, and I need you guys to address this expeditiously. Okay, so we don't need a hummock of a problem happening for you.
Look at you, my man.
Hold on, what they say?
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
So
Started from the bottom, now the whole team
Not a whole team here.
So Tanya, first do that, okay? So seriously, I need you to call your credit card company, let them know, so that way we don't have a mound of problems or a hummock of problems, okay? And then after that, you can reach out to DoorDash. I would tweet to them, and everybody's going to first tell you to call your credit card company. And then that way you're protecting yourself, and that way, no, you can't worry about other charges, and you won't be on the hook on it. Secondly, and I pray that you guys are all doing this, but you're doing it responsibly. I don't use my debit card, okay? I use it. I treat my credit card like a bank, like a debit card. I make my charges on my credit card because I know that it protects me. But if I use my debit card, they're gonna wipe me clean. So everybody doesn't have the same financial education that the next man or the next woman does. But if you can, and you're open to it, and you can discipline yourself to use the credit card, because you got to pay your electricity bill, you got to pay the water bill, you got to get gas. That's the money that's already in your debit card. Because if your debit card gets hacked, you lost that money, and you're not going to get it back. But if you use the credit card, you're protected. But you have to discipline yourself to be able to do that. So the first thing I want you to do, Tanya, please, I told you we're a community, we're a family, we want to take care of everybody. So please reach out to the credit card company, reach out to the DoorDash support and let them know what happened, as Sister Queen has said. And then also, I would probably make a post about it and let your community of folks on Facebook know what's going on, and just let them be mindful that it's holiday season. People trying to take advantage. It is holiday season. So all I can say is do those 3 things, and I think you'll be all right. Credit card company, you'll get another card in the mail within 3 to 5 business days. All right, that's the best thing that I can say. Dave, you got any suggestions or recommendations of what you could do or what she could do?
You nailed it. I mean, I don't have anything to add to that because you covered all aspect of it. I think the most important part of that is to never use your debit card unless you're doing something like utilities or something like that. But don't put your debit in. I would never give them through the drive-through or any of that stuff, because once it's gone out of your debit account, it's just gone. There's credit card protection there for a reason. And that's why you want to use it. The key thing is make sure that you pay the bill.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, like you nailed it, bro. I have nothing to add to that.
So, like I said, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just saying you have to get gas. That was money you was going to use on your debit card anyway. You got to pay your electricity bill. That's money you already got in your debit card. Just use the credit card. Be careful where you swipe that card. The credit card has protections. The debit card does not. So maybe you put your credit card somewhere and they had a skim reader. Maybe somebody got the numbers and got the 3-digit code, or you were at a restaurant. I don't know. So all I can do is just say, please be mindful of this. And like I said, I'm not giving out, credit card tips or financial tips. I'm just saying this is how you protect yourself, because you can always call the credit card company and they can literally shut things down. Debit card, that's your bank. You're going to be up on a hummock of a problem, a mounds of problems.
Hey, man, you've gone past the limit. You've gone past the limit. You're showing out right now. You're showing out. Like my man James Chick said, you're using them big words, baby. You're using them big words.
Hanging out the window with my wretched ass friends. I'm built all
right, man. So check this out, guys. Hey, everybody. It is Tall Boy. I need you to check out the Lab Tech Show. Follow us, man. Why? Y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. We just talking community and talking real talk over here. It is the Lab Tech Show. Like, subscribe, and tell a friend. We on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Come on now. Will you join the community? I'm working on something for y'all. Hopefully it'll be ready by Christmas. I think y'all might like it. The Lab Tech Show. Follow.
Let's get it.
All right, we got a couple promos here. Let's see. Matt Haas was the first one here. So guess what, Matt? You're first. What's going on with Matt Haas? Weekdays, 8:15 in the morning. Awesome fun things. See what he's got going on. He's over here every Wednesday. He's part of the community. If you're up at 8 o'clock getting ready to go to work, see what he's got going on in his life. I'm telling you, you might like it. Kessel Chat. Interested in all things Star Wars? Tune into the Kessel Chat. They say a live stream far, far away. All right. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. on the West Coast, Friday morning, which is midnight our time, and 5 a.m. if you're over there in Europe or I think London or something like that. It's on YouTube. It's called the Kessel Chat. And then my guys over there, DJ Phil X and a couple other DJs, King Arthur, they're doing their thing with 247mixing.com. 24 hours, 7 days a week. They're banging the hottest mixes. All you got to do is pull out your phone, scan the app on the respective phone that you have, Apple Store or Google Play, and just download the app, 24/7 Mixing. They're the only app in the world that's completely dedicated to the art of mixing. All right. Then we also got our guy Rich Vibes. He's over in the UK. You know what it is. He says when you can't come to party, the party comes to you every Sunday night. He's in the UK, y'all. So 2 p.m. Eastern our time on Sunday. That means right when we get out of church, or 11 a.m. when you're about to go into church. All right. Streaming live on Mixcloud.com. All right. And then if you did not check out Priscilla's show last night, check her out. It's live, or it's the replay of Marcus Thompson. You guys, them rumors. I forgot how the song go. I didn't sing the song. I didn't make the song. I didn't write the song. But it was a great show last night. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Old School Tuesday Turn Up. That hit song Rumors. That the old school song, the R&B song Rumors. Marcus Thompson, the lead singer, he was on last night. So please take a moment if you get a free moment and you want to hear his story. He tells it to you live and direct. All right. And then, as you guys know, it is the Lab Tech Show. That's what it is. Dave, how you feeling, man?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. God is good to me, and I love him for that. So he's good to a lot of people. Blessed.
We got
blessed up.
We got one more article, and I'm trying to get it up on the screen. So, you want to tell people a little bit about what you do or anything you want to promote real quick while I get this next article up?
Yeah, while you pull that up, I tell you two things. One, of course, we're going to talk about chatbots, but I'll do a plug for my Toastmasters Club, where I serve in a role as the Vice President of Public Relations. So it makes sense for me to talk about that. I'm also the club president. And on Monday, November the 21st, we are actually holding an open house. It's a Thanksgiving theme open house, 7:30 p.m. If you want to find out more information, you can just DM me the word toast on my social media channels, or also tomorrow I'm going to do that as my main post. So that's coming up. We would love to help you have an opportunity to speak in front of different people and feel comfortable. You know, my broadcasting career, as Tall Boy, you know very well, I had no problem speaking literally in front of hundreds of thousands of people or 10,000 people if I'm speaking at Birthday Bash. But my big challenge has always been one-on-one conversations, and also like groups of 10 or less. I would always get nervous and always pray prior to my staff meetings and stuff like that. And Toastmasters has really helped me with that. So we would love to help you. I may not be the best teacher for you, but I definitely can guarantee you there are people that are in my club that can help you feel comfortable speaking in front of folks. So that's this Monday, the 21st at 7:30. Details on Hurricane Dave on Instagram tomorrow. Did I give you enough time?
Yeah, you good. Now, man, I just want to make sure you have enough time to get your stuff out, and I wanted you to be able to promote whatever it is that's important to you. That's really what it's all about.
I appreciate it. Thank you, fam.
My brother, my brother.
My brother.
All right, now y'all know some of y'all have a love-hate relationship with Netflix, and I think this is something that some of y'all are gonna be like, hey, I can actually get with this. Now, they still going to try and get y'all's money or get y'all's coin. Now, they still going to do that. But you got a little bit more control now because they saying, hey, all those accounts and people don't want to pay, I got something for you. Netflix enables remote logout. All right? So if they ain't paying, if they not paying, guess what? You can log them out. All right, then that's how you can go ahead and say, you know what, if you don't want to, the password ain't working. It ain't working right. Well, guess what? You didn't give me my money. You didn't give me my coin. So it is what it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remix this thing out and go into this article. Check it out. Netflix just made a small but significant change to how it manages account logins. You can now remotely sign someone out with one click. It's called Managing Access and Devices. The new account access control launches today, or which was yesterday, and as described in the Netflix blog post, it lives under your standard account setting. You can see all the devices currently using your recently streaming through your account and log them out with one click. That's it, just one click. Netflix says this is about who say travel, log into their account in a hotel or even at a friend's house and forget to log out. That's what they're saying. But y'all know what it is. Y'all done gave out that password to somebody, and when you gave it out, they don't want to pay, or they over there freeloading off of y'all, and they saying, no. Y'all go ahead and I got something for you. All right. The article continues to read as it's also about reining in account credential sharing. So ex boyfriends or girlfriends, friends, and distant relatives you no longer speak to, their access to your account is probably about to end. The change also comes as Netflix is actively seeking to stem what it sees as a rampant password sharing. You know, y'all know they've been talking about this password sharing. We've been talking about it for about 2 or 3 months. But now they're saying, hey, they don't want to give you the $2.99. Just click, hey, you don't want to pay me my money? You out. The latest feature could be seen as preparation for the full-scale implementation of that surcharge. Knowing you can quickly get account squatters off your Netflix account before the company starts charging you is a good thing. Netflix has been going up and down, and it started with the drop in numbers and a lot of show cancellations, and it's cutting the cost as well. The turmoil led Netflix to do something, and they thought it would never do, and that was the launching of ad-supported tiers last week. And then also, as for this new managing access and devices, we quickly located it in our Netflix account management under security and privacy. And the person who wrote this article, they said they found 21 devices signed into their account. And most of the devices were used by another. Now, Dave, do you share your password with anybody? Do you let your folks get the Netflix?
I've always wanted to do this because I see a lot of people when they do these webinars and stuff. If you've ever done so and so, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. If you're on the if you're on the chat right now and you've shared a password before, put a one. Put a one on YouTube. Put a one in the chat. So yeah, the answer is yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've definitely shared my passwords in the past. Now, I think with a lot of these technology companies, I'm sure you see a lot of them laying off people because they're not hitting that revenue number that they anticipated hitting. A lot of folks did Netflix and chilled. Now that the pandemic is, I don't want to say gone, but has relaxed, people are back outside. They're going to the movie theaters and doing those type of things again. So the revenue's definitely off. So it's not so much about you wanting to get rid of a person who was on your account, because you could just log in and change the account. So you're on the money there, tall boy. What they want to know is if I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, how come somebody in Houston, Texas keeps logging on and you're both on at the same time? That's what it's about. You already know that. You know that.
Now, my question was, is there a way for the user? Is there a way for the user to see which account is watching, how many hours, you know how you got the graph chart and it says Hurricane Dave watched 5 hours. Michael Smith watched 3 hours. James watched 25 hours. I'm like, hey man, this usage is up. You need to be giving me $3.99 a month. Like, cash at me a couple dollars, brother. Like you've been, as James said, what did James say? The homeboy hookup days are done.
The homeboy hookup is over.
Like, look,
it's
pandemic over with. We ain't sharing no more. Like,
right. Now, I will tell you one of the things that I did notice, because I am a subscriber to Netflix, and I sometimes will let my kids, have access. But we downsized some stuff because we have like Netflix, we have Prime, we have Apple TV, we have, we did cut the cord. So we do have YouTube television. But after a while, it's like, we don't need all of this stuff. And so now on Netflix, I think we pay $9.99 a month, but only one person can watch Netflix at the same time. So they've already implemented that. So, because my wife was watching something, I called myself getting on and I couldn't get on. They said, somebody in your house is already watching. I was like, yo, you watching Netflix? Oh, okay. All right. She's like, I'll let you know when I'm off. I'm just downloading some stuff. Okay. You can't download from Netflix. What are you doing? So, but I guess you can.
So Hit the Spot 1006 says not hours, but it will tell you who's logged in. But I think it would be cool if they let you know how many hours the person actually watched, because then you can be like, Hit the Spot 1006 always says, they say they not watching. Well, you could literally go in and say, well, the way this report says, you was watching
Yeah.
5 hours this week. So, I mean, I think that would be kind of cool if they would let the account owner know that. And then that way you could charge accordingly and say, if you don't pay your coins and pay this bill, it is
You
what
like
it is.
subleasing. You subleasing over there. That's subleasing. What's going on? Is that even legal?
So
That's like everybody borrowing some of my cable. Yeah, interesting. Okay, hey, we got to eat. Everybody's hustling.
Sister Queen says, my daughter uses my Netflix in Las Vegas and I live in Delaware. Yeah, I don't know how that works. So, like I said, if daughter don't want to pay, hey, just send me $5. I mean, come on, I'm paying 20. The least you could do is send me 5. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Everyone in my house be on Netflix at the same time. That's what she's saying, the Sister Queen. So I get it. YouTube TV has been, believe it or not, has been my choice of medium to catch the news. And then watch the sporting matches. I'm not really a Netflix guy unless there's, the only time you watch Netflix is whenever they have a new release, you catch the movie, and then there's nothing else on.
Right.
The content, there's not enough content for me to consume, but I think I've consumed or gotten used to Netflix so much that they'll watch the How to Build a Home, the cooking shows, or whatever else it may be out there to go from there. So the days are over. You can go clearly. You can go into your settings and in the device privacy settings, and you can go ahead and just log them out. If they don't, just send them a simple text message. I sent a text message out to somebody today and say, "Hey, you're using this password. I'm giving you enough time to make proper arrangements. If this is something that you would like to continue, let me know." And they said, "I have."
What are the proper arrangements?
I gave you 45 days. So I gave you enough time to prepare yourself for this, because you can't hit me 2 days before the event, right? You can't hit me with that and say, "Hey, man, I'm about to cut it off." I wasn't ready because we about to go into Christmas. That means I'm about to spend some money. So I'm giving you enough time to say, do you want to get in on this product and renew, or I'm going to let it go. And if I'm going to let it go, it is what it is. So
it's very kind of you, man. Very kind of you.
Well, look, I try to be a class act. That's all I'm
You
saying.
are classy. Absolutely.
So I gave that person enough time to do whatever they needed to do. And they hit me back in a timely fashion today and said, I have no problem if you need me to chip in. Yes, I need you to chip in. You got it for free the whole year. You should be willing to pay for this year's service. That's the way I thought. But if you give me half, if you give me a portion, I will receive it. That's
Amen.
It. He said,
"Yeah,
Amen."
I think that's good, man. Because I would just cut them off. I mean, you giving them 45 days, bro. They watching all kind of Netflix until it's over. They doing Netflix marathons.
You already know.
I love it.
All right, y'all. We got one more promo we got to do. And please, if y'all know somebody that's got one of these, because, maybe if they don't want to pay Netflix, then they can, download my channel, TBE Media, Roku TV, and Amazon Fire. If they don't want to pay, they can come on over here to Roku. They can come over here to Amazon Fire, and I got a free channel that they can check out. You're looking for content. You already cut the cord. Weekly episodes. Come on, man. Help a brother out and help me get these numbers up. We got some great content on there. Come on now. TBE Media. I'm going to let y'all waltz to this one because I know some of y'all dancing to the right. Some of y'all dancing to the left. I got the little bounce going. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if they don't want to pay you the Netflix, then say, hey, I got another alternative for you. You can come over here to Roku because you got one of those TVs. You can go get your Fire Stick that's probably jailbroken. And you can just search in the search bar, type in TBE Media, and you can watch that absolutely free. Come on now. I can't do nothing else. I'm trying to hook you up. TBE Media, that's it. Hey man, I gotta find a way to promote. So if you're gonna cut folks off, might as well. I might as well just go ahead and let them come get this free content over here.
That's right. That's right.
Charmaine says, what does Charmaine say? Be kind, and she says, be kind and cut them off. All right, and then Sister Queen said, what did Sister Queen say? She said,
Period.
period. Old School Tuesday Turn Up says, okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Dave, this is your opportunity. You were telling us about something about Chatbox at the beginning. I finally get a chance to drink my adult beverage, and we're going to let you have the floor, all right?
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So one of the things that I do, I have a company called Brand It Live. And if you go to branditlive.com, not right now because we're on the show, you can find out some more information about some of the stuff that I do, some of the different multiple streams of income that I certainly believe in. But when Tallboy asked me to be on tonight and asked me, well, what do I want to talk about? Of course, I'm on his show. It's like, well, whatever you want to talk about, bro, I'm just going to go with the flow. And he said, no, go ahead. Give yourself a plug. Give yourself a shout. So I build chatbots as a side hustle, but it's really turning into something very lucrative. And I've been building chatbots for about a year. So the best way to show you how it works is for you to whip out your phone and go to Instagram. So go ahead and log on to Instagram. I'll wait 10 seconds or so, 5 seconds.
Now, you know, Dave, everybody don't have Instagram. So,
Yeah, no. Well,
so if you have Instagram,
this is for Instagram users.
So it's only available on Instagram?
No. You can put a chat bot on Facebook. You can put it on Instagram. Sometimes you can put it on WhatsApp. But I did do something for you on your show. If people would go to Instagram, if they can go to Instagram, let me see if I can show it on my phone. I don't know if I can or not. But if you go to Instagram, I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah, so if you go to Instagram and you go to hurricanedave.com on Instagram, and if you go there, you'll see the last post that I put up is about tonight's show. It's about the tech show. Let's see if that sees that. Okay, yeah. So if you go to that page and then you type up underneath that, the lab, you'll see exactly what chatbot automation is. You'll get a response back in your DM that says, hey, you must be watching out the Tech Lab show, and Hurricane Dave said to type in the lab in the comment section. And you'll get an instant response back. And of course, you can click either yes or no. You click yes, and then it'll run a little script for you. It'll run a little automation for you. And why it's important is right now is the season with Black Friday coming up for people who have a home-based business or a commercial business to start building a list. So it's about chatbots to a certain degree, but to use the chatbots to create a list. And so what you would do is you would say XYZ, you can offer some sort of lead, whether that be a free gift, and say, hey, type in free gift on my Instagram. That person responds, which allows you to respond back to them and collect their information and say, hey, I'm doing a drawing. Let me get your name. Let me get your telephone number. Let me get your email address. And that is now off of the platform and onto something that you own. Because I have a company called Social Media Harvesting. I'm getting that name trademarked, so it's in the system right now. So I'm okay with saying that. But Social Media Harvesting uses chatbots for social media influencers to be able to harvest the people that are following them and taking them not away from the platform, but getting a copy of their information off the platform. So that way, when you want to market to them, I got t-shirts for sale. It's Black Friday. I got these custom t-shirts coming up. You can send that to your thousands of followers without having to pay for Facebook or Instagram or any kind of advertising, because the goal is to get a copy of those folks that are following you. Because you know, when you do an Instagram post, they're only showing it to about 3% of your audience because they want you to pay for ads. And so chatbots are useful for that type of stuff. It's also useful for good customer engagement. Sometimes you can't get to a person right away, so they might hit you with the chat, and you can have a chatbot look for what they're asking about and get that information. Maybe they have a frequently asked questions list that they can go through, and a person can ask a question and a chatbot can respond. and they can respond in the tone or vibe or energy of the personality that they are trying to get a hold of. So there's a lot of great uses for chatbots, and I'm a huge fan of them.
All right. So are they going into a private message on Instagram, or are they just going in, just sending an actual message to you?
Well, it depends. The way that I have it set up right now for your post that I did for you, it's public. So if they type in the lab under my post today, then other people would say, they would see, oh, you got it up there. Other people would see that you typed in the lab. So
So
if
is
you
that
just did
the
that just
space
now,
lab or the lab all one word?
it could be either or because it's based on the letters. So if you type in the lab and hit send, once you hit send, I'll get an acknowledgement, and my chat bot, the Brooklyn bot, will respond to you almost instantly. So within 2 or 3, 4 or 5 seconds, that should pop up.
So I got a message that said Hurricane Dave wants to do something, and I got a
Yep, click
DM,
on that.
and then it
Mm-hmm.
says, "Hello, I'm the Brooklyn bot from Branded Live Automation, one of Dave's
Now, did it say
brands."
hello, tall boy?
Nope, it just says, "Hello, I'm the Brooklyn bot from Branded
Okay.
Live Automation, one of Dave's brands. It looks like you were watching the Lab Tech Show. Dave just asked you to type the lab, correct? And then you hit yes or no." So that's the
Yep,
message
that's
that I
it.
have right there.
Yep. So click yes,
And so we click
and then the
yes,
next part of it will show up.
and then we're waiting
And
for the
this is
response.
chatbot as live. This is how it works.
So it comes back and says perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
then another message says, "Let me get some notes and grab a few choices for you to check out." And then it says, with Branded Live Automation, the Brooklyn bot can create several things. As an example, the holidays coming up. Everyone should be creating an email list. This way you can offer Black Friday specials without paying Instagram or Facebook for ads. This only happens if you create a list. What would you like to do next? Go to Branded Live, go to Hurricane Dave, or go to the Lab Tech Show.live.
Yep. So that's basically how it works. Now, what could happen there is it could be any. That's just something that I did this afternoon when you and I talked. I said, well, let me just put something together for the lab. But it could be literally anything that you want to sell or anything that you want to push, because Instagram, Facebook, they're very, very strict on how you communicate with people that are following you, because they do not want you to start siphoning them off the platform, because they want you to pay. I see you shaking your head like, yep, I get it. So the goal with that particular bot is to engage with your audience. That's your audience. That's not Facebook's audience. That's not Instagram's audience, but Instagram and Facebook own those. And the thing that's crazy about it is the minute they detect something or you put something up there that they don't like, they can cut you off, and then you could be loss from those millions of followers, which could be millions of dollars in revenue if you do it right.
Okay, so we got one of the community members. She's saying that she did not get a response. So I want everyone that's willing to try this out. I want them to try it, and we're going to figure this out together at the same time. So go to
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Dave
And
and
type,
make sure you're at the right page where it
yep,
says this here. That's what the image actually looks like. And so Hurricane Dave, and then you go to the first post, and then you just type in the lab. And what I did was THE space LAB, and then
yep.
that was what I got. So I
Yeah,
see.
I see your response. I see someone, I'm so worth it, they responded. And that's the only two people that I see on there. I'm
Okay.
so worth it responded twice. Oh, I'm so worth it and more. Let me see what you look like. I'm so worth it and more. Okay,
Um,
Tammy, I see you. Yeah, so you should have got a response back. But that's basically how it works. Now, sometimes with any piece of technology, sometimes if Facebook has an issue, but obviously you prove that it worked. I'm not sure where you are in Atlanta, but we're not right next to each other. And you just held it up to the screen. So it definitely works.
so she says, do you have to follow each other because she did not get a response?
No, you don't have to follow. You don't have to. You don't have to follow. But I don't see. I don't see your comment. What's her name? What's her Instagram name? Ask her Instagram name.
It's IMSO underscore worth it underscore
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
more.
was just talking to her. Yeah, you should have got a response. But I'll check it on. I'll check it on the back end.
She says,
But that's how basically that's how chatbots and chatbot automation works. A lot of folks look at that as a situation where when you think about a bot, you think the bad side of a bot because people don't want to be spammed. You know, they got these bots that troll for filling out forms and information. The next thing you know, you got a lot of junk spam email. But for the most part, you know, and again, as a proven fact, you just did it, tall boy. It works. Now there's problems sometimes from time to time. Sometimes Facebook has an outage. Sometimes something's not typed in 100% right. But from what I looked at, it looked like it was okay. Now you need to go to your DMs. So you might not. You might be looking for a response right up underneath that comment. You need to go into your DMs and see if the response is there because that's where it's going to be.
all right, Lisa Maria says, I just typed the lab and sent it. Old School Tuesday Turn Up says, I'm trying to find it. So go to your DMs and see if you see it.
I'm glad you did it live with me because I know that it works. And I tested it on 2 or 3 different accounts at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then I deleted the comments. But it's definitely working. So check your DMs and make sure that it's not. It could be. It could also be in your DMs, but logged under general. I think there's like 3 tabs. Like there's general, main, and something else.
And
It could be into something else.
Okay, so basically go into your Instagram, go into your DMs, and when you go into your DMs, it gives you request, general, or primary. So click on one of those and see if you see it under general or if you see it under request. See if you see it under one of those 3. This is
Yeah, Lisa just popped up on my phone, so it's working for her right now.
so Freedom the Goat or Freedom on the Beat says he found it.
Okay.
So welcome, Freedom. Got to get you on the show, man. We got to sit down and talk about that. So a couple people are finding it, but this is great. You're getting real time interaction. People are telling you what they're getting out of it, and I see it. It's in the spam. Okay, so make sure. Let me get us both back on the screen, or get me on the screen. So make sure when you do this chat bot, make sure you check your spam or check your request to
Right.
accept, because if you're not following Hurricane Dave, it may just direct it right there, and that way you know. So go to.
Yeah.
So the question that I have for you, Dave, is how much does this cost? Can anybody create this, or do they have to go through you to make this happen? How does all of this work?
Sure. Well, Facebook does offer some limited responses, but with a regular chatbot program or a programmer who makes chatbots, it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 different things that you may want to be able to collect. You can do surveys on it. You can show product. Once that product pops up, they can go right to your store. I know that Instagram has a area where you can do a pop-up shop if you have like Shopify or something like that. But that's really like a one-way scenario. With the chatbots, you can ask questions of the chatbot, and those responses could be automated based on whatever that person puts in. So there's a build out that has to come with it. And the best part about chatbots is it works 24/7. So somebody could see an ad at 3 o'clock in the morning and start communicating with you and start getting some responses. And again, the very best part is you're getting them off the platform and creating a list that you own and that you can control.
So is this on your branded live? Because you said that Facebook offers some limited, but how do we get something of what you just created?
Well, they would have to contact me. They can hit me in my DMs because we do different services for different people. It all depends on what you want. But there is a cost, there's a cost factor with it. It's not free. Again, if you want to do some basic stuff, you can, Google Facebook or something like that, and they can get some basic responses. But if you're doing something in depth where you're really trying to cultivate, and as I like to say, harvest people off the platform, then that's something that we should have a sidebar conversation. But it's not necessarily going to be cheap. It's not going to be $1,000, but it is going to be a minimum of between $400 and $500. But it all depends on what you're trying to get done. If it's something basic, with maybe 10 or 11 steps or something like that, which some people might say that's a lot of steps, but it depends on what you want. Whatever you want to have done, we can work on it. So there's, other companies out there that do this as well. And it's something that I'm primarily focusing on. The goal is to work with people who have millions of followers, because if we have millions of followers, then that means we could get hundreds of thousands of people onto a list that they could market to. And of course, that can turn into a lot of money. But I work with regular folks as well. But my business is primarily focused on recording artists who have millions of followers.
Got you. So Lisa Maria says, so can I go to your platform and look for stuff from other people?
Can you go to my platform and look for stuff from other people? I'm not quite sure what she means by that.
So I guess if they're one of your clients, and Lisa Maria, type in the comments real quick what you're just explaining, or so we can get a better gauge of it. But I think what she's saying is, if they're selling something, can they go to your platform, or can we see what Tall Boy's got something, Hit the Spot got something, Old School Tuesday Turn?
Okay, I got you.
Something.
Yeah, I understand now.
Has something, and then
it's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not a store. I don't do stores. What I do is focus on the people that are following you. And so, again, that's kind of one of the challenges that we had tonight. If you have 100,000 followers, those people are following you. So you're going to get the instant response. It's not going to end up in a spam or a promotions area, because you're already talking people that follow you. So these chat bots that I set up is set up on your platform. Well, it's my platform technically, but it's going to be on your page where you communicate with your people. So we sit down and say, okay, well, this is the goal. This is what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to achieve a certain number of people in this particular demo. Because you could break it down and say, you can ask your age. Are you between the age of 18 to 34? Are you between the age of 35 and 65 or 44? Whatever that is, you can set that as parameters, and then you can target in, not to somebody that's out of your range, not trying to reach, but just focus directly on the people that are in the category, or as the radio say, in the demo that you're trying to target. So that way you're not wasting advertising. When you advertise on Instagram or Facebook, yeah, you can kind of geo-target some of those demographics. But if you had your own followers who are already into you, see, that's the thing. They already trust you. They already trust your brand. So it should be easy to cultivate them, or as again, harvest them off the platform where you can market to them 24/7 anytime you want. And again, you don't have to worry about paying Facebook. You don't have to worry about doing Instagram ads, because you're building your lists off the platform. I mean, they're still staying there. You're just getting a copy of what you should actually have anyway. Because again, they're your followers. They're not Instagram's followers, but those guys control how you have access to them. And they're so afraid of this technology. I actually created an account called Social Media Harvesting on Instagram. It was at Social Media Harvesting, and it's one of my companies that I have. And Instagram, after I posted what we wanted to do, Instagram took that off the platform within 4 days of it being up. And I had only did 3 posts. I didn't violate any music. I didn't do any of that other stuff. I didn't say leave the platform. I just showed an example of what you could do if you got millions of followers and you don't want the social media people to ban you. You know, when Boosie was crying about losing, I think he said I don't think he had 20 million followers, but he said, where's my 20 million followers? I'm trying to feed my family. I did have that up there, but they took that account down. They snatched that account down in 4 days because they want you to pay to reach them. And why should you have to pay to reach your own followers? That's just not right.
Well, that's a fair statement. You got a couple comments here. Lisa Maria says she does not have a product to offer. So this is the follow-up response that she sent. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have a product to offer, so can she find the deals through you? So let's just say Tanya Blazer, Sister Queen, Old School Tuesday Turn Up, I Am Tall Boy. We all have something. Do you have something to where you just have, they can just click on that logo and then she can go to your branded live website and click and just see what that deal is? Or is it just proprietary to that one person and you have to find them?
No, it's designed. It's not a storefront, so I don't have like a group of things that I'm selling or that I'm doing. Excuse me, as a pass through. This is primarily for somebody that is an entrepreneur. So if you don't have anything to sell, then this might not be the product for you. But you could say, I did watch last night when you had the guy from Timex Social Club on, and that was crispy. That was crispy. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing your thing, brother. I'm proud of you.
Man,
Very proud of you.
I appreciate you so much. Real briefly, before we get up out of here, I will not be here next week. We have Tech Troublemaker covering next Wednesday's show. So please, y'all know he's a family member. And he's going to bring that thunder. And if y'all have y'all's Apple questions or that Black Friday deals, I think he's going to be doing something. But he's going to run the show. I'm staying out of it. That's him. All right. And then also, we have James Hicks is going to run November 30th show. All right. So I will be out of the country and I'm going to be taking a little time for myself. Okay. So just giving you a heads up of what's going on for the next 2 weeks. And then also when we come back, we're going to see how we can find some guests to come in and discuss some Christmas holiday gifts and see how we can find products that make sense and could be tangible for somebody in your family. That's the goal. But if not, we'll continue to do what we do. And then as we go into the new year, you guys know I'll be getting ready and geared up for the Consumer Electronics Show. So with that being said, it is the Lab Tech Show. Thank you guys for checking us out. Thank you, Dave, once again for hanging out and giving your feedback. And clearly, we didn't have any hummocks. We didn't have a hummocks of problems, so we were able to do this thing seamlessly for the most part. And hey, it's tech. We're just simplifying it in a language that you understand. All I ask is you just share. We're building a community. And then, like I said, lastly, I'm going to be working on a community-based platform that's not on Facebook, that's not on Instagram. So that way everybody can feel like they're a part of it. And similar to what Dave was saying this evening, we got to own our own content. And I'm trying to work on a platform to where I own my own, just like he's saying, come do this chat bot with him. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in December. And you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. And Revis, I look forward to hearing what your word of the day is. And all the other people, make sure you guys are doing well. And Tanya, please don't forget to call that credit card company and cancel, okay? With that being said, it is the Lab Tech Show. Y'all know how we do it.
You already know.